It now says this Hangout is live. So my name is Jeff Gregg. I've got two other people with me today. I've got Reg King. You want to say hello, Reg?
Hello, everybody.
And I've also got Rosemary Callis. You want to say hello, Rosemary?
Hello, everybody.
Okay. And I said, my name is Jeff Gregg, and this session we're doing today is part 3 of speeding up the slowest part of your computer, you. So we've done 2 parts of this previously in previous sessions, and last Monday and the Monday before, I think, right, if my memory's right. And this is the 3rd part of it because we had listed 14 different points on it, and we only got through the first. I think we're up to 0.6, so I can't remember where we're up to now. So I will find out. I'll go back and find out where it is, so I'll put that up. Okay. All right, so to do that, I'm sharing my whole screen. And I'll go to, where is it, that screen? There it is there. So this is the one we're doing today, which is Monday the 7th of July. I'll just put that there. 9:30, part 3, speed up the slowest part of computer U. We'll do the other thing. So we did a number of points last time. So what we're doing today is to copy screen to the keyboard using multiple screens, optical character recognition, and other things if we get a chance to do it. All right. So copy screen to the clipboard. All right. So what I will do is assume that you people don't know what the clipboard is. Is that correct? Do you know what the clipboard is, Reg?
No.
Okay, Rosemary, you know what the clipboard is?
I sort of do, yes, but I'm not that familiar with it.
Okay. All right. The clipboard is just an area on the computer where whenever you do a cut or a copy or a paste, it uses what's called the clipboard. Think of the clipboard as, and by the way, I'll just come, I'll just go back to that one. Think of, just to show you what we've probably done many times before, if I've highlighted that where it says say copy to the clipboard and I right click and I say copy. So that text that says copy screen to the clipboard is being copied to the clipboard. So if I therefore go to say Notepad and then go to a paste function, that says copy screen to the clipboard. So the clipboard is a temporary area in the computer which is used to store information when you are quite often copying or cutting and pasting. So when you do the copy part or the cut part, before you do the paste part, it puts it in the clipboard. Now one of the advantages of the clipboard too, if I just paste again, you'll notice, and again and again and again and again and again, I think we did this a previous week, keeps on taking it out of the clipboard and putting it into this particular Notepad program. Okay, so that's all the clipboard is. It's just a temporary area in the computer whereby we can put stuff to the clipboard that we're going to be using later on. And by the way, there is only one clipboard. There are programs out there which allow you to do multiple clipboards, but we're not going to worry about that. Okay, so the thing is, this stage is copy the screen to the clipboard, right? Now, what I mean by copy the screen, it means exactly that. Whatever is on my screen gets copied to the clipboard. So at the moment, you'll notice on my screen, I'm just showing a web page. Now, I could copy all that text, but let's go to something different. Let's go to, well, here we are, something I had showed Rosemary before. Look at that. That's just a map, part of a map of Australia. I'll just zoom out so you can see it. That's part of a map of the whole of Australia. In fact, I was talking to Rosemary before you arrived, Reg, and this is the caravan trip I'm going on shortly. All right. So there it is. That's a screen there. Now you'll notice in this particular, don't worry about what software I'm using. I'm using some own software, but let's say this program does not have the ability to select any part of this map and copy it. So as a consequence, what I want to do is I do want to copy it. Now, if you look at your keyboard, you'll find somewhere on your keyboard, and usually it's over on the top right-hand side, there'd be a key marked PRTSC, which stands for print screen. In fact, it's a bit of a misnomer because in the old days when we used to have computers that before we had Windows, you would press that button and whatever the text was on the screen would go to your printer. That's what the idea was. But of course, when we started using Windows, you're going to say something, Rich?
No, I just said okay.
Okay.
Thanks, yeah.
So when we started using Windows, Microsoft Windows, most of the stuff that's on the screen is not text, it's quite often graphics. So what does the print screen key do? What it does is it copies whatever is on the screen to the clipboard. Now what I'm going to do is show you with my screen. So I'm pressing the print screen key now. I'm pressing it, all right? Right, and nothing particularly happens. Nothing appears to happen, right, at all. And there's nothing on the screen to say that's anything happened, all right? But if I now go and I start a program, I'm going to click on Start. I'm going to go to All Programs, Accessories, and I'm going to go to Paint, the Paint program, all right? So call up the Paint program, and that'll load in a minute. So there's the Paint program, okay? But if I go to the Paste in the Paint program and click on Paste, paste from, I don't know what that means. It's not working. No, that's not what I want to do, sorry. I haven't done this properly. I'll just Control V anyway. And it's not working. Isn't that really great? Didn't work properly. Hold on. I'll quickly go back and do this again. I'll do a slight different Alt. Oh, I know what I did. My apologies. I've just pressed the print screen key on my keyboard. On mine, I've got to hold down the function key and press print screen because that's what the print screen is. Okay. Now I go. There we are. See that? Everything that was on my screen is now inside the Paint program.
Oh, right.
See that there?
Yeah.
So that's that same screen, even to the point where it's got, you'll notice the program I was using has even got the headings, it's even got the everything there. If I go right down to the bottom, it's even got my start screen, my taskbar, absolutely everything has been pasted in there. All right, and all I did was press the print screen key and then go to the screen. Now, there's two ways of using the print screen function. There's what's called just hitting the print screen button by itself, or, and I'll just close this again and start it again so it doesn't, I don't want to save it, all right? Or, this time I'm back to the same program where I've got the map on it. This time, rather than hitting the print screen key, I'm going to hold down the print screen key and the Alt key at the same time and press it. Now I'll start the Paint program again, just to show you. Paint's got Paint there? No. Oh, there it is, Paint. And I go to Paste and just do Paste, and it's put the same thing, and it's put the same heading. It's put the same thing in, but you'll notice this time, if I go down to the bottom, it hasn't got my taskbar there. The taskbar isn't there. Notice that bit?
Yes.
The taskbar isn't there. That's because I held the Alt key down when I did it. All right. Just to show you one other thing, just to give you some sort of an idea, we'll go back into that Notepad program we had before. All right. And if the Notepad program is in focus, which I've got there, and now I hold down the print screen key and the Alt key at the same time and click it, and then I go to over here to my Paint program and go paste. There we are. Notice only that screen gets pumped in. Only, that's actually a graphic. Only the window. So if you press the print screen key, it copies the whole of your screen to the clipboard. If you press the Alt and press the print screen key, it'll copy your whatever's on your current window to the clipboard. And then you've got to go into another program, and the program you've got to go into has to be a graphic program. Now, the reason it's got to be a graphic program, even though you'll notice this Notepad thing is text, that's actually treated as graphic. You'll notice if I click there, I can't do anything with this. I can't edit that because it's all graphic, right? I can actually make it look smaller and bigger in the Paint program. There, look at that. I can make it smaller and bigger because it's even though it looks like text to us, it's actually just a graphic. So that's all it is. Okay, so that's what the copying your screen to the clipboard's all about. And the reason it speeds up your in terms of making your computer faster, it means that rather than having to draw down a whole lot of information or save it or do things like this, any screen, and I'm talking about absolutely any screen, can be copied to the clipboard and be used in any other graphics program later on. Okay, so I won't save this. I'll come back to you people again. Right, get rid of that one. Don't want to save that. All right, I'll come back to you people, and I'll give you a go at doing the same thing. All right. So you want to have a go? Both want to have a go at doing this sort of thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
Right.
Who wants to go first? Reg?
Okay.
All right, so what you need to do, now this is an interesting factor, what we're doing at the moment, what we're looking at on the screen is a screen of us, all right? So what we would, if we were going to do the print screen thing, we'd actually see it's going to copy this screen that you're looking at. So if you wanted to do some other screen, you'd have to go to that screen. Now what I want you to do, first of all, Reg, is look on your keyboard. Can you see a key marked print screen or PRTSC, print screen? You can. Okay,
yes.
right. What I'd like you to do, hold your finger over it and then just press it. Okay, nothing appears to happen. Now before we do that now, I'll ask you now, before we do anything else, is to share your screen so we see this happening as we're going along. So you remember how to do screen share?
Yes.
Go over the top left-hand side and point at the arrow. Okay. Select full screen. Okay. And then click on Start Screen Share.
Yes.
Okay, now that's worked because I can see you there. And I've switched to your screen, so I'm recording your screen. Now, what we need to do is obviously get to somewhere we can get to the Paint program. Now, the other thing is, I'm just thinking, we might be in a bit of a dilemma with your machine because you're using Windows 8 and I'm not sure if the print screen button works on your one because I think there's a different way of doing it in Windows 8. If there is I'll have to look it up and let you know. But anyway, for the moment, Reg, just click on your Windows button down on your taskbar so we go to the start screen. That's it. I just start. And if you just like to type in Paint, P-A-I-N-T, which will bring up the Paint program. There, Paint, there we are. And the Paint's the first one. So you click on that. Okay, so there's Paint. Ah, this is a new version of Paint. Oh, here we go. So I don't know how to use this one. Results for Paint. No, that's probably not the one we want. Okay. You're using 8.1, aren't you, Reg? 8.1 update? If you put the pointer at the top right hand of the screen, it's not the program we want. So if you go to the top, you can close it. That's right. Okay, go to the start screen again. Type in Paint again and see what other paint we got. So has it got Windows Paint? I'll just make this bigger so I can see mine.
Oh, it's got Paint right up here, Jeff. Would that be it?
That's the one we want. Yeah. No, that's the one we want. The one right up the top. Yeah. That's it.
Click on that.
Click on that one. Yeah, click on that one.
Here we go.
That's it. That's the one we want.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you just click on where it says Paste over on the left-hand side there, we'll see if this is going to work or not. We're not sure. And the little down bit that's underneath it, the little down triangle, it's got Paste there. Click on that.
And click on Paste.
And it just click on Paste. Yeah.
And
there it is. So that's a photo of us, and also obviously it's got Rosemary probably down the bottom of it on the screen as well. So if you wanted to do a screen capture of the whole thing, what you do is do that. And obviously the next thing you do is you go to File in the File menu and save it if you wanted to save it. If you don't want to, you don't have to. You can just close the paint program, and there it is. All right.
Right.
You can do file and save, and so you've got a save. And by the way, that just happens to be that screen that we're doing at the moment, right? And
Yes.
so you could save that and say that's a record of us doing things. So, example, let's say you're using Google Hangout. You wanted to save this. If you're using Skype or any program, absolutely any program where you've got information on the screen, it does it. But you'll notice, as you'll see, Reg, right at the bottom of that one, it's got a copy of the taskbar that you've had there. So let's do exactly the same thing again, only this time we'll do it by holding down the Alt key and press print screen. So if you just close that window, it'll probably want to ask you if you want to save it, the paint program.
And don't save?
No, we don't want to save it, no. Unless you do. It's up to you.
Too late.
Too late, or it's gone. Okay. This time, instead of pressing the print screen key, there's a key next to your space bar, which is the Alt key, ALT. So if you hold the Alt key down,
yes,
and I'll get real close to the screen. And while you're holding the Alt key down, press print screen. How's that? All right, you might have got Rosemary at that stage. I don't know. We've been on when you pressed it. Did you press it?
I have.
You have?
Yeah, I have.
Okay, all right. Let's start the paint program again the same way. Go down to the bottom left-hand side and press get the start menu. Okay, just type paint and type that paint program. It's the one that's just below it.
Yes.
Okay, go to the little down arrow under the paste and click on paste.
I've got Rosemary.
I got Rosemary. I thought you'd catch Rosemary. So, another little thing to watch out for in these things, now that I've taught you people doing this, I never know. I could be poking my tongue out, doing a silly face, doing anything, and someone could capture it. Other than the fact that this is all recorded anyway. And by the look, there's that one where I was close at the bottom as well. Okay. So if you wanted to, you could save that. But you'll notice this time, by the way, the reason when we press the Alt in that, the taskbar is not at the bottom. It's only captured that window, not the whole thing. Okay. All right.
Yes.
Do you want to keep it or not, Reg? It's up to you. Completely up to you.
Oh, close it and don't save, eh?
Yeah, okay.
At this stage.
Okay, right, we're back to the... Okay, so if you just switch your screen sharing off again now, Reg, go over to the left and the green button, it'll switch the screen sharing off. So we're back to there. Okay, right, I'll switch off recording of you. All right, so we're back to everybody again. So, Rosemary, you want to have a go at it, okay? So what we'll do, I'll get you to do the screen sharing to start with, right? And we'll perhaps try a few different types of screens things this stage. So if you click on, that's right, your screen share, good, and I'll just click over to there, so I'm recording your screen share. Okay, there's an interesting thing. So you've got, in your particular case, you've got part of the desktop, you've got the Google Hangout there, you've got a Skype button down the bottom there, you've got, what else have you got there? Let's just start Notepad on your, you know how to start Notepad?
Well, I've got this little OneNote thing here. Can I do that?
Oh, well, yeah, right, yeah, whatever. Does it take the whole screen or part of the screen?
A part of it, usually.
Okay, we'll click on it and just make it so it takes part of the screen. There we are. So, okay, so we can see, Rosemary, you've got part of your desktop, you've got the Hangout going at the back, and you've got the OneNote going. So, can you find a key on your keyboard that says print screen? Yes. Press it.
Now, what am I going to get now? Am I going to get the screen or part of my OneNote thing?
No. Because you've pressed print screen, everything that you're looking at there has been captured to the clipboard. Everything. So that is your desktop, your taskbar, the Hangout, and the OneNote all going together. Now we need to start up your paint program as well. So if you click on your Start button down the bottom. And you get, if you got paint there, no, you haven't. It's under accessories. Yeah, it's under accessories. Okay, paint. Yeah, click it there. Okay. Okay. Now, if you go to paste again and click on paste, the little down arrow on the paste. Well, there it is. Anyway, there we are. That's the whole thing. And you'll see it's captured all three screens. If that's not quite big enough, you make that the full size, your full screen. Just maximise it. It'll. you'll see you've got the whole lot.
Oh, right.
And it's even bigger than that. You'll see there's there's scroll bars on the bottom right-hand side. If you grab it on the right-hand side and scroll down, you see you've got the whole damn lot.
Oh,
you move
right.
your cursor to the scroll bar to the right, there we are, and drag down, and you'll notice you've got the taskbar, you've got everything. So that's the whole thing.
Can you see this thing at the bottom here, this taskbar? It won't let the main screen go over the top of that. It's over the top of it all the time, that taskbar.
No, that's because that's the way it's set. If your main screen doesn't go over the taskbar, your taskbar is open all the time. There is a way of making your taskbar so it doesn't appear all the time, and that's called, I forget what it's called now. I can show you that a bit later on if you like. Okay.
I know, yes please. Yeah.
Make a note of that and I'll show you later on. Okay.
Right.
All right, so let's do it the other way around. Let's say you only wanted to capture what was in your OneNote thing. So just close the Paint program again there.
Oh, no, that's easier said than done.
No, up on the top right-hand corner. The top right-hand. No, up on that box. That's right. Click that. It'll say you want to save it. We'll say don't save. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're back to where you were. All right. This time instead of pressing the no, we want the OneNote program. Click on that down on the bottom of the screen.
I got it up. Yep.
Yeah, okay. Let's say, and click on the OneNote. So if you click on the Microsoft's OneNote program screen, and then this time rather than pressing print screen, hold down the Alt key and press print screen. Hold down Alt.
Yeah, is that a left to click on the OneNote?
Yeah, left click.
Okay. Then press
and
Alt.
then hold down the Alt key and press print screen.
Right. Done.
Okay, you've done that. Now go to start the Paint program again.
Where are we? All programs, accessories, Paint. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. It's full screen because that's how you lit it last time. And if you go down to, if you can just click on paste, you'll just have the OneNote thing only. Notice it's only the OneNote thing. That's because you held the Alt key down when you pressed print screen. So basically.
Let's click on the OneNote first.
Yeah, well, whatever screen you're on. If you went back and did the same thing and you're on the Hangout and you did it, it would only copy the Hangout screen. If you happen to be on your desktop, it would copy your whole desktop. So even though you've got whatever window, so you're either copying to the clipboard either the full screen, which is the print screen by itself, or the current screen that you're working on, the current window that you're working on, and you make a window that you're currently working on by clicking on it, and that's it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So that's it. And then, of course, by the way, this is one way of doing all this. So if you close all that off, and by the way, you realise with your Paint program, you can edit this. You can go and do whatever you like with that. All right. You might want to start your OneNote program, and if you come back to the switch off your screen sharing. Okay.
Yeah. Do you want me to switch it off screen share now?
You switch it off, yeah. Okay. So we're back to where we are. Okay. All right, don't see you. Okay, so I've switched that off. So you should see me now, and whoever's talking, we see that. So you're happy with now. It's all very well to be able to do this, but what are you going to do with it? I can tell you what I do with it. If you look at some of my training material, you'll see in a lot of cases, a lot of my training material, if I've written stuff on web pages, or if you want to email somebody something, or even you want to explain something, the old adage, a picture's worth 1,000 words. So if I wanted to show people how to do things, and I'll quickly give you some examples where I've done this, if I can find them. I'll share my screen, start a screen share. And I've either done the whole thing or parts of it. Where are we? There. Here's some notes here that I wrote. So if I go back to, I'll just start another tab. So a lot of my training material. I'll just show you some of the stuff that I've done. Yeah, there we are. There's one here that I did a while ago. On how to, for example, how to participate in online training as a course that I did. All right, and you'll see that screen there.
Oh.
That screen there was captured with the print screen program. All right.
What?
So I've actually captured that screen and put it on a web page. And by the way, there you are again, Rosemary. You were in that one. There were a couple of other people in that training session. There's Ruth example. If I go down further on this page, I've got see these parts. The example that says Google Hangout, Google Plus, the whole little bits of graphics what I've dumped onto the web page. There's a whole, in other words, part of a whole screen. However, what I've had to do in some cases is put them into a program. There's another one where I showed how to use Google Hangout, and I've actually drawn stuff over the top of it. So you can actually take a screen and draw stuff over the top of it and use it for things like that if you're writing notes. All right, more stuff, etc. There's a whole lot of graphics there. And there's even more again. So that's the way it gets used. That's the way you can use. Now, however, if you're in a situation, I'll just switch that off. If you're in a situation where you're doing this sort of thing, you're doing something on the computer, and I see it, people quite often do this. That if it's text, it's okay, but if it's a whole lot of graphics, for example, I've seen situations where people want to capture a whole web page which has got some graphics on it and some text. That's where the print screen is quite good. However, there's a new thing that's available from Windows 7 onwards, and I think you might have already used it, Rosemary, which is the Snipping Tool. Have you used that one?
Oh, yeah, my favourite toy.
Yes, your favourite toy. Now, Reg, have you used it? You ever heard of Snipping Tool, Reg?
I know of the Snipping Tool. I've never used it yet.
Okay. Well, let's show you quickly what it is. All right. And whoops, hold on, I've got to come back here. Okay. All right. So I will, because I've made this so small, it takes a while to come back. There we are. The Snipping Tool is the ability. Opening Q&A. Why is it doing that? I didn't want it to do that. I didn't know I could do that. All right. The feature's disabled. That's right. I didn't think I could do that. I must have pressed on the wrong button there. Okay. My apologies. Okay. All right. Yeah, the Snipping Tool, it gives you the ability to be able to capture a part of your screen by selecting the part. And the disadvantage, obviously, of the print screen button is you can either capture the whole screen or one window. All right. So you can capture the whole screen, in which case, or part of a window. Now, if you only want a small part of that window, which you've seen in those web pages I showed you a minute ago, where I've only used some, for example, a banner. Let's say I only wanted where I've got that little photo of me you can probably see on my screen. You only wanted that, or some of the little icons that appear on the left-hand side or something like that. What you can do is use the Snipping Tool, and the advantage of the Snipping Tool is it actually allows you to select a bit of the text and then copy it, and then save it or paste it into some other program or some such thing like that. So seeing you already use it, Rosemary,
Yep.
do you want to go explain what you do, and we'll see how we go, and if you can screen share with us, you can explain it to Reg, and then Reg can have a go. You want to share your screen if you can?
Yep.
Thank you. Righto. All right. So
where can I find something, some sort of text? Could I do it on here?
yeah, you could do it on there. Yes, it's not a problem. You could do it on there. Righto.
I double click on the Snipping Tool.
Okay. All right. Now, just by the way, just for Reg's purpose, you had the Snipping Tool on your taskbar, did you?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So we'll show you how to get it if it's not on the taskbar. I'll show Reg how to do that later on. Okay. And you'll notice, Reg, if you look up at the screen there, you can see that a lot of it is sort of a wishy-washy colour, and you see Rosemary's actually dragged over just my little face there, and there you are. You've put that into the Snipping Tool. Okay.
That's right.
All right. Just to
what I
note,
do is
go on.
save snip,
So you
and then
click on that.
it tells you where you want to put it in,
Mm-hmm.
and you've got to give it some sort of name as a rule. So I'll give it 6, save, and it'll go on to my photographs.
Okay, so now Rosemary's got a photo of me in a circle. Now, just a matter of interest, Rose, we just show a different way. You'll notice behind me, where
Yes.
have I moved? Oh, there we are.
Yes.
Which way? That way? No, the other way? There. No, that's the other way. This is a bit slow, all right. There's a photo
Yes.
on my wall. It's not real clear. I'll just move my head out the way. There we are.
The other way,
Look,
that's
I've
it.
gone the wrong way. Now, you could actually capture that. So show us how you would capture that, Rosemary. I'm in the wrong way again.
Do you want
all
to
right.
move the other way, Jeff?
Yeah,
That's
I am.
it. There.
Thank you. All right. So
Yep.
Rosemary's going to the snipping tool.
Yeah, double click on the snip. Hang on a minute, it's not done to do it.
Yeah, now it is. Yeah, you've done it.
No, it hasn't grayed out. Now, I don't know why it's not graying out. It's a nuisance.
Okay. Well, do it. I'll explain why. Click on it again, snipping tool,
Yeah.
and you've got to click on new.
Right. Oh, yeah.
New. Okay.
Yeah.
Now just you've got freeform strip. Okay, that's it. That's a new bit again.
So for some reason or other, it still won't.
Now just click on new again. No, not the down arrow. Just not the down arrow. Just on the word new by itself. That's it. Click there. That's right. Now you got it. Okay.
I got it.
Now you'll notice Rosemary's just drawing a box around it.
Yes, there we go.
Until she's caught a photo of me, my son, and my wife. That's just behind me. It's a bit fuzzy, but the other thing is that's just that part of it. You could actually go to another web page and a web page or absolutely anything, and it captures anything. And then, as Rosemary showed before, you could save it, or if you just close it, you don't save it. All right.
That's right. So you can also send it on an email.
Yeah, you can send it on email. That's right. Copy it, and notice that little pen there. You can actually write on it. If my thing is right. That little pen one, yeah, there you are.
And then,
very, very fancy. You're very artistic, Rosemary.
No, that's a highlighter. I don't know what the highlighter does. Oh, I see.
Oh, there you are.
Then
and then eraser. You can rub it out. You can rub it out. That's right. Okay, if you don't like it. Okay. Yes. All right. Well, there we go. All right then. Okay. Righto. So if you want to do that, that's okay. So. You want to just stop your screen sharing, Rosemary, and we'll give Reg a go.
There we go.
Want to have a go at it, Reg?
Yeah, sure, Jeff.
Okay.
Please.
Right, not a problem. Okay, so if you just share your screen again. You remember how to share your screen?
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Okay, so I'll show you how to get to probably the ideal thing would be what Rosemary does, to have your snipping tool on your taskbar all the time, and you can do that by pinning it to the taskbar once you've started it. But in your case, I don't know, but if you want snipping tool, the best way to find it in Windows 8, I find, is to go to the Start menu, click on the Start menu down there. That's right. Okay, and just type snipping. That'll be enough. It should come up. Snipping tool, there we are. So that's app on the left-hand side. Click on that.
Yeah.
There you are, and it comes up, and you'll notice it's a floating window, right? So that floating window you can drag anywhere, right? Let's say you wanted to copy the vase, which is behind my head. You'll see on the left-hand side there's got the word new. That allows you to set up a new one. So go to, in the snipping tool box itself, you click on new.
Click
and
on
not the triangle, just the word new. No, the word new by itself. That's it there.
I've lost it. I have to go back to it.
No, it should be on the screen. I don't know why, but anyway, all right, try it again. Yes, snipping tool. Yeah. Okay. Click on new on the new button.
Yes.
Okay. And you'll notice the whole thing becomes white.
Yes.
Now move the pointer over to where to the top left-hand corner of that vase on the shelf behind me.
Yes.
So left-hand corner, that's it. Now hold the left mouse button down and drag to the right and then downwards, and you'll notice it'll put a box around it. There we are. Notice it's putting that box. Now come down.
Yes.
Okay. Now when you let it go, let the mouse go, that'll be copied into the snipping tool. Let it go.
All right. Yeah.
There you are.
Yeah.
And now you could click on the save button and save it. All right. If you wanted to, you could do File, Save, and save it.
Save as. Okay.
Yeah, if you wanted to, save as, and you give it a name, vase, whatever you like, whatever.
Yeah.
Or you can just close it. All right. So the advantage is it means that you could took any particular part of the screen and copy it to the the snipping tool copies part of it to the clipboard, the bit that you highlight, and then you actually save it. So that's what snipping tool is all about. Okay. And then there are other graphic programs that can put all this sort of stuff together. Okay. You want to just close that, Reg, the snipping tool?
Yep.
Okay, there we go. Right. And stop your screen sharing again.
Yeah, I love that thing. It's ever so handy.
Yeah, tell it, Rosemary, what do you use it for?
Well, when I went on Facebook and somebody's put a photograph of something on, usually Frank Sinatra, I snip it out and then put it in the folder, his folder I've got on my phone.
Okay. Why usually Frank Sinatra, if it's all right to ask? Are you a Frank Sinatra fan?
Yeah, I'm a fan of Frank Sinatra, and there's always a lot of weird photographs on there. You never get anywhere else. So I've got them all in a folder on my photographs, you see.
Okay, all right. Okay, good. That's good, all right. As I said, my wife uses it quite often just to capture things and then creates documents, right, where she then pastes them into a document, because once you've captured something as a graphic, that just becomes a file, and then you can create a document which is full of all these files, all right? So if you, I do it for training notes. If you were doing genealogy and you wanted to keep a record of something, I've known people that have done it. For example, I've got a cousin that found some records in an old newspaper. It was on the internet, and when they've got that, they did that, and they just copied that and did that sort of thing. So that's the way things happen there. There's just 1,000 uses you can use it for. All right.
It's marvelous.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So any questions about any of that?
No, don't think so.
I've often wondered what the clipboard was, Jeff, and you know, although I've been copying and pasting for yonks, I've never known what the clipboard was. So it's certainly enlightening me on different expressions.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, and by the way, probably most young people don't know what the I suppose it does say. Does it say? No, it only says paste. It doesn't say the clipboard much, does it? And once again, it's
somewhere that you can see the clipboard, but I'm not quite sure. I can't remember offhand how you do it. And if you've got several things on the clipboard, how can you go to the clipboard and take out what you want, or doesn't it work like that?
No, the normal Windows clipboard doesn't work like that because there's only one clipboard. For example, if I were to copy this screen to the clipboard,
yes,
what was previously in the clipboard is gone, and now this is on it. All right?
Oh, I see.
Okay, so there's only one clipboard. However, having said that, I should mention, though, that there are programs around that are on the internet which can give you multiple clipboards. So each time you do that, it stores it away, and you could have, say, 10 or 12 or 50 of them, you know. And so then they give you some sort of other feature that says, like, you might use the Alt key followed by the number 1 through to 0, which would paste into different clipboards.
Yes.
The other thing I also need to mention as well, though, is not only can you copy the screen as we're looking at it at the moment to the clipboard, you can also, there are programs around which allow you to copy all the movements and everything that's on the screen to the clipboard. So just like, you know, which is basically what we are doing at the moment with this Google Hangout, everything's being recorded. So when you go back, you see the video of the thing. But let's say it wasn't being recorded. There are programs around that allow you to do that, and one such program, I'm just trying to find mine, Where is it now? And it's a free program. I'll just have to go to all programs to have a look for it. Trying to find it now. And there are lots of these programs. This is just only one that I use. I can never remember the name of it. It'd be good if I could remember names, wouldn't it?
No,
That's Cam Studio. I think that's it. I'll just start it. Yeah, that's it, Cam Studio. Let's just see if it starts up. Yes, it did start up. There it is. All right. Yeah, it's called Cam Studio. I've just started mine up. I'll share my screen so you can see it. Whoops, that's not what I want to do. I'll share my screen and show you this Cam Studio program. All right. All right, so there's the desktop. There's Cam Studio. Now this Cam Studio button, program, you'll notice has actually got a record button, a pause button, and a stop button. So what you can do is you can actually set it up, and mine's set up so that I can do this rather than these buttons. I can do it with function keys. So actually we'll do something on the screen. I might move the mouse pointer around, I might click on that screen, I might click on that, I might click on the start button, I might do something like that, and everything that I do gets recorded. Right, and this is completely independent of the Google Hangout that we're doing, so you can record things. So it's very, very handy. If you go on YouTube and you see a lot of these things where you see people showing you how to do this, quite often they're using a screen recording program. Now you can go one step better again, and if you're like, I know Reg is a big fan of some silly sport called rugby, right, Reg? Or did I say the wrong thing there?
No, you did right, Jeff. Yeah, exactly spot on.
Okay. So if you wanted to, and you're watching something, and you decided you wanted to record, you could start this program, say record it. When you finish, say finish, and you've got a video. It's recorded everything that's on the screen, and also you can option record what's coming in from the microphone as well. So if people are talking, do that. So if you're watching the rugby and you're making comments about it at the same time, you could record it and do all that sort of thing. So the whole concept of people stopping people being able to record things is a bit difficult nowadays, because you can use programs like this that allow you to do all that sort of thing, which is that's that particular one, Cam Studio, as I said. Okay, all right. So I just mentioned.
Is that an extra that you put on, or is that it doesn't come with any program? Doesn't come with,
no, it doesn't come. It's a free program. It's called Cam Studio. If you went to Google it and downloaded Cam Studio, you could see that you could do that. All right.
Right.
I'll just switch off my screen again. My screen sharing. All right. Where am I? All right. So that's just not only can you copy to the clipboard, but also you can copy the whole screen, and not only can you take a part of the screen, but with certain programs you can grab, you can get it so everything that's moving on the screen, everything that's happening on the screen can be recorded for a duration of time. Obviously that uses a hell of a lot more disk space than what would be if you're just capturing a still image. A still image would be a couple hundred kilobytes, whereas a video would be, quite extensive. Okay.
That would go straight to your hard drive, would it?
Yeah, it goes straight to your hard drive. Yeah, straight to your hard drive, and then you call it up and you play it as a video. You need a video player to play it. Actually, that Cam Studio comes with its own video player, but it usually saves it as what we call an MPEG-4 file, which means you can play it and you can watch the video at any stage.
And can you put it to a DVD if you want to?
Yes, all you do is just burn it to a DVD. You can either put it to a DVD as a computer file, which means it can only be played on a computer, or you can actually put it onto a DVD so that it can be played on a DVD player. However, most modern DVD players, although do they still exist? I haven't got it. Oh yes, I have got some DVD players. They're in the cupboard. I never use them anymore. I play everything from my computer. I just plug my computer into a great big screen and do it that way.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Quickly go back and have a show what we're up to, and start screen share. Go to that screen, and that's what we've done. Copy screen to the the clipboard. Now this one here, I'd like to do is use multiple screens. I haven't. To be able to show you to do that, I'd rather do that at another time because I can actually, and perhaps I won't be able to do it for some time, but I'll perhaps just talk about it to start with. With what you can do with a computer, even though you've only got the one screen, you can actually set it up so you can operate on multiple computer screens. Right? You'll probably know that if you minimize like that, like I've minimized that screen there, and then I go and drag it, I can move it to another part of the screen. And notice when I'm moving it, it moves actually off the screen. It's moving off to the side of the screen. All right. Yeah. All right. That one there. If I make it a little bit bigger, for example. In fact, I don't want to make it too big. I'll make that bigger. So if I grab that and I make it a little bit bigger, that sort of size, I can drag it to, and ignore the stuff that's in the background. I can move it there, and I can move it off the side of the screen. Half of it's off the screen, as you can see there. Okay. All right, I'll just go back to my full screen again. So if you've got your computer set up properly, you can actually have multiple screens on your computer. Now, hopefully at some stage I'll be able to show you a video that another thing that does this, because I quite often can use multiple screens. And I think you've been at Gary's place, haven't you, Reg, where he's got two screens set up?
Yes.
Okay, what he does to do that, and I'll just show you how it's done. If you're on the desktop, and I won't get you to do this because I'm starting to run out of time anyway now, one of the things is you can actually, I forget which one, screen resolution personalize, I think it's called. No, it's not that one. That's all a lie. Screen resolution, sorry. On your desktop in Windows 7 and screen resolution, you'll notice at the moment on this particular one it's got it set for 1, which means one screen. Right? What you can do is actually, if you have another screen connected to your computer and you go and grab another screen and plug it in, and your computer has to have the ability to plug in multiple screens, you can actually change it so that you have a second screen on it. And when you do, two screens will appear up here. And when you click on Identify, it'll tell you which screen is which. And then what you can do is when you grab the window, like that window, when you move it off to the side, it moves to the other screen. So if you've got two screens on the keyboard, you can grab it, drag it over to that thing, and actually goes to another physical screen. So the advantage is it means your desktop becomes much, much larger. I don't know if you ever noticed, but if you watch the television, and they in the old days they used to show you the stock market report, and you see all the stockbrokers working there. They're sitting at a desk, and some of those people are surrounded by anything up to probably 6 screens, and they're all on one computer. And all they do is operate one computer, and it jumps from one screen to another screen to another screen. They've got to spread over multiple screens. If you do a Google search on it, for example, if I go down here and open my that one, and I'll just see running multiple. I'll see if I can find some photos. Screens. Running multiple screens. And they'll give me a whole lot of things, and I go to images of them there. There we are. There's some examples of people running multiple screens. Now that guy's gone right overboard. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 screens. One there with 3 screens, one there with 2 screens, one there with 3 screens, you know. So that's basically running multiple screens. And Windows provides that. And you'll notice this one here, that's actually probably a flight simulation program or something like that, where they're running multiple screens, and that you can get different views from different screens. All right. And another one there, you can see, look, a scenery, and the scenery is posted over 2 separate screens. So that's the way you do that sort of thing, is running multiple screens. As I said, I can't show you, and I can't get you to do that because. Can I ask, have either of you got more than one screen?
No, I've only got one.
Reg?
Only one, Jeff.
Okay. Reg, you have a notebook computer though, don't you?
Yes.
Okay. You realise you can connect your present screen that you're looking at to your notebook. And then have two screens if you ever wanted to do that sort of thing. I'm just saying that you can do that sort of thing. That's just one of the things that you can do. I actually have a notebook here, and I'll show you. If I, whoops, there we are. I'll go to that one. And if you look behind me there, there's another screen. So I could take that screen and plug it into my notebook. Now, if I had prepared for this, I would have actually done that. But unfortunately, you won't be able to see it because I could pick my camera up and move it around the other way, you would see things appearing on two screens. So it's not a very good thing. But the advantage of having multiple screens in terms of speeding up what you can do, it means you're not constrained to just having your one physical screen. If you've got another screen which is another size, the same size or smaller or bigger, doesn't really matter, your present screen, you can see more things on it. So you can read things at the same time as you're going through things. Okay. All right. If you don't mind, because I've got some guests with me today, we'll call it sort of quits for there. Is that okay?
Yes, yeah, cool.
Okay. All right. Okay then. All right. And if you, as I said, hopefully I'm travelling around Australia for the next 6 months. But that doesn't mean I can't stop doing this. If I get some internet connection and I know I'm going to be in a town, I'll do some more of this sort of training. But you can get to see where I am if you want to.
Oh, love it. Yes, please.
Jeff, when are you going?
I hope to be going on Wednesday or possibly Thursday. I'll be leaving.
Oh, this week?
This week, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not sure. Hopefully, but then my wife says Thursday. If it's Thursday, I will go to Gary's on Wednesday. His session, I think he's having on Wednesday. Excuse me, my headset's fallen off. But I'm not sure. So if I'm not there, tell him I'm off on my trip. If I do turn up, we're going on Thursday and Wednesday. I'm not sure. Okay.
Okay, so you're taking 6 months to do it.
Yeah, 6 months around Australia. Yeah.
Oh, wonderful. I hope you have a great time.
Yeah.
Well, let's send us the odd email. Let's know how you're progressing and where you are, and if you are able to set up a webinar.
Okay, right. I will. I will do that.
Right.
Actual fact, I was thinking because some of the places I'll be going to in the first couple of months may be where we do the broadband for seniors have got kiosks, and I can use their computer and their internet facilities to do this sort of thing if I'm around at the time. But we'll see. Okay. And then we might slowly get through the rest of that list that's on the list that we've got there of things to do. And as I said, I'm always.
Are you going with a group or individually?
No, just the two of us. Just the two of us. Although I've got the friends I'm staying with at the moment, they want us to drop in at Harvey Bay on the way up because they're going to Harvey Bay, and then they're going up to somewhere where the dinosaur tracks are or something like that. So I don't know. We might end up there. Don't know. Pretty open. All I know is I do want to visit somebody in Western Australia, some sort of distant relative in Western Australia at one stage. All right. So I hope to do that.
It's not a group project. You're travelling incognito, really, individually.
If you call individually incognito, yeah. Again, I'm not travelling with a group, if that's what you mean.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Okay.
It's not an organised tour.
No, definitely, completely unorganised.
It's disorganised.
Well, my wife thinks I'm running a disorganised tour. I'll put it that way, but because she is a very organised person, and we've got a list of stuff that we're taking and all sorts of things like that. So yeah.
Well, you have a good trip, Jeff, and all the best.
Okay. See you later then, Reg. And I'll end the broadcast now, but also mention that there'll be a recording of this put on the same website that this was at. So if you want to watch the recording again, by all means, please do so. Okay. All right. I'll stop the recording now. Okay. I'll stop the recording now then.
Okay. Thanks for